Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to do a quick market update. First, starting off with BTC. So one thing's that interesting to me is that BTC has come down to a very key level, which is around 38K. This is a very key SR level that dates back to 2021, 2022. And I'm going to start off with the bigger market cap assets like Bitcoin and Solana and ETH. And then I'm going to jump into other assets like Cheetah token, some other ones that I've been watching closely, right? So first, let's talk about BTC, okay? So one thing I like to look at is when Bitcoin is near a key support level, how is the rest of the market doing? And obviously the rest of the market is still relatively red, right? But it's not dumping that much, meaning the other aspects of the market are not signaling that BTC is also going to nuke lower. I think the other aspects of the market are signaling that we may be either fighting a local bottom here, or we may consolidate around here for a little while. Like Solana may consolidate here and here like this for a few days or maybe a week or so, and then maybe they break down lower, right? So same thing goes for BTC, which is that given that we're near such a key level of support, and let me just show you guys exactly why this level, see this selling gap level right here is so important, okay? So let me go out to the zoom out to the weekly chart, right? The weekly chart, as you could see right here, dates back all the way to 2021, January, okay? Resistance right there in June 2021. So this breaks down, breaks through the support, resistance, sells off further, and then gets back above, finds support above this SR level. Once again, pushes all the way to 69K, support, and then finally breaks down, right? And now we're at the point in the market where we've done this full sort of, almost a 180 turn of the market. And now we're coming back into it this way as support. Okay, so here generally, first time when you tag support, you're going to bounce off a little bit, right? You're going to maybe create something like this kind of movement, and then maybe next rollover, maybe a few weeks or so, then you maybe nuke down further. And the next level I have in mind is this area right here, 29K. Okay, and quite possibly it bleeds to 25K, but I'm just going to talk about this area for now, okay? Because in this particular area, this is very important because we don't necessarily know if this is, up, pull back, and do we head further, or even if we grind up like this for a few weeks, right? While we're doing this, this is where things get important, all right? Whenever BTC is creating some sort of top or local top, there's plenty of time, few weeks rather, that it gives altcoins some breathing room. So for example, Solana might get some breathing room, and Solana might head back to, I don't know, $85, $95 somewhere up here. But more importantly, assets that are smaller market cap, especially within the Solana ecosystem, may rip much, much higher and much, much harder. Because the anticipation is that, the soul pairs right here, right? They're going to start bidding with Solana hard into these assets, because this is where some of these smaller market cap assets, Cheetah, for example, right, is only worth 129K. If this is going to be the play to earn asset where, there's play to earn games, different platforms like Cheetah are growing and expanding rapidly, especially at a lower market cap, then some of that Solana money and some of that money that is flowing from bigger market caps is going to flow into some of these assets. It may be short and temporary, but that will be enough to rip some of these assets just astronomically, right? I don't know if y'all remember, but when Bonk was taking off, right? Where's Bonk? Okay, when Bonk was taking off at that particular time, This whole move right here, BTC was kind of calm at times where these massive, massive moves would happen. And Solana also would be going sideways. Okay. That's kind of exactly what I'm trying to say is these big monster moves like this one, where Bonk would go up. If you see this right here, Bonk went up from here to here, 300%. It went from here to here, 200%. But more importantly, Bonk down here, where it made its first massive move from here to here, was 400%. From here to here, another 70%. So you have multiple moves of 400%, 70%, 250%, another 225% move, right? So these kinds of massive moves you're going to see, in my opinion, happen rapidly in some of these assets, like the Cheetah token, right? So again, not investment advice, but I'm just letting you know that in previous rotations where BTC has been calming down and it has hit a local bottom. And another way you can kind of identify this is if you go to what's it called? Master charts, one of my charts where you do Bitcoin dominance. Okay. So we do BTC.D, right? So in Bitcoin dominance, you'll see what will happen generally is dominance will tick up for a little bit as BTC is bottoming out. And then dominance will also start to grind down a little bit lower. And that means that that money is rotating into small cap alts like Cheetah, or Solana, or maybe some other altcoins, right? It could be things like SKL or Celestia or Arbitrum, right? Money could rotate to many of these assets, but I still am of the opinion that the broader market in general, whether it's Arbitrum, Solana, Ethereum, I think all these assets are going to pull down much further. You'd be really surprised. Like I think probably by when all is said and done, I think in the next, coming 1 to 2 months, my general thought process is that even if this does this area right here gives us some breathing room when it consolidates like this, right? So some of your alts are going to take off, your small cap alts are going to take off, but the larger game is that I think it's going to have a bigger pullback down here and quite possibly down here. And this is the leg you don't want to be that involved in the market in, right? Of course, if you want to be a buyer on the way down, there's nothing wrong with that. But this is generally the leg you don't want to try to call bottoms. Okay. So my opinion is that I think we're in this phase right here, and that's going to give us 1 to 2 weeks of breathing room to push some of these assets up massively, because the building and the growing of these assets is still happening, right? Cheetah Fund Games is still growing and building. Solana and Ethereum are still growing and building. Arbitrum is still growing and building, right? We also have a airdrop coming from Jupiter, right? So Jupiter Exchange is doing their airdrop, and it's going to be adding basically like $500 million to $1 billion of basically free money, right? Shout out to Oval's NFT, one of the NFTs that I own. I own their NFT as well as their token. Make sure y'all check this out too. So all this money, as they're launching their token, is going to be free money, almost a free stimulus check in people's pocket. Where is that going to go? Well, it's going to go into assets that are building, that are smaller market caps like this. And it's going to continue to drive some of these assets up much, much higher, right? So that's my general thought process is Jupiter over the next week or so, with its airdrop, BTC with its consolidation will give us some of that breathing room for good assets to bid on. And then after that, maybe February or March is going to be a little bit rough. So you want to be careful. Okay. So again, overall correlations wise, I like to look at correlations because, this is pretty old. I don't know where the newest correlations are, but anyway, For the most part, what I found out through correlations is that when dominance is going to start, heading lower, right, slowly grind lower, and you see BTC slowly grinding like this, but then ultimately rolling over, that's the little bit of time you get for these altcoins to start, ripping up massively, right? And it'll be just monster moves where it's like 300-400%, 1,000% in a day, because they're already such small market cap coins, right? It's like 129K. I mean, like $10,000 will rip this up, all the way double its market cap. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's just going to take a couple of big players where they see small assets like this and they're just going to, buy into it, and it'll just squeeze the asset up, astronomically. Right. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to and looking into, over the next few days. We're also doing, I already talked about the airdrop, right? That's going to roll over into some of the smaller market cap assets, but I'm also um, sort of acutely focused on Cheetah Fund Games, because today we're going to have an AMA. We're going to give away some prizes, and we'll talk about our exchange listings in the future, plans for expansion and growth and partnerships, all kinds of fun stuff. Revamp of the website, more play to earn games added. So a lot of fun stuff that we're going to be doing for this particular project. And then, of course, focusing on the overall broad market, I think that will give us an opportunity over the next few months of, basically being able to get projects like this, as we're seeing right now, at such ridiculously cheap prices, right? 129K market cap is extremely cheap, compared to, I don't know, even meme coins, right? Like if you look at Win, it's at 38 million still, where is it? This one right here, what is this? Slow token, right? Again, this one is also at $2.6 million. It's really not that hard for some of these assets to get to millions of dollars, right? ST Bot, one of the projects that I spoke about, I waited for this one for like 40 days from 100K market cap, and then it went straight ballistic to 7 million. Even now, it still trades at 1.8 million, right? With, again, another meme coin trades at 200 million, right? So we're talking about 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 200 million market cap assets, while I'm talking about Cheetah at 129K. So you can kind of see the excitement that I have of, helping grow and build this project and see what I can do for it, in the coming few weeks. Okay. So anyway, come join our Telegram. There will be an AMA coming with another community, and we'll give away some prizes. Ask your questions, come hang out with us, and yeah, we can see where it goes from here. If y'all have any questions, let me know. You could, basically DM me or ask me questions right on my replies, or join the Telegram community, which is pretty active. Like when we first started, I think there was like maybe 175, 200 members. I think now we have upwards of 400. So it's slowly growing, and a lot of people are getting involved and trying to basically help Cheetah grow and expand, and basically um try to be the first big play to earn platform on Solana, right? So again, we're all here to support Solana. We're all here for future growth of play to earn projects like Cheetah. That's it. That's all I got. Hope y'all enjoy the update. Okay. Cheers.